Solomon's wives. King Solomon, however, loved many foreign women besides Pharaoh's daughter, Moabites, Ammonites, uh, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites. They were from nations about which the Lord had told the Israelites, "You must not intermarry with them, because they will surely turn your hearts after their gods." Nevertheless, Solomon held fast to them in love. He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines, and his wives led him astray. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God, as the heart of David, his father, had been. He followed Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Sidonians, and Molech, the detestable god of the Ammonites. So Solomon did evil in the eyes of the Lord. He did not follow the Lord completely as David his father had done. So, a quick backstory. We have Solomon is now ruler over Israel, and David, his father, has passed, and Solomon has already done some wise things. He has built the Lord's temple. He was because that was prophesied by one of the prophets to David, that one of his sons would build the Lord's temple in Israel, and also Solomon has put together the kingdom, and as well as he has done quite a bit already. He himself, when it comes to following the Lord. However, again, we're not all perfect, and Solomon had many wives, as we can see, and unfortunately, there's consequences to those decisions. Now, we all go through things. We all sin. However, we can ask the Lord for forgiveness, and He loves us so much that He forgives each and every time, every single time. It's not a justification to sin and to do wrong. What it is He understands that sometimes we fall, sometimes we go through temptation, and we accept or we choose wrongly. Part of it's learning, and part of it is actually us trying to control things, right? Trying to do things our way, what we think is correct, instead of allowing the Lord or giving it to the Lord or going to the Lord first when it comes to choices in life and decisions that we have to make. So there's a lot here, especially with Solomon. And Solomon, as we'll see, also faces consequences. However, Solomon also was very wise. He asked the Lord, before he started really his kingship over Israel, because the Lord had asked him what he would want, basically. And Solomon replied he wanted wisdom. He wanted wisdom to rule the Lord's people, to be able to not rule, but in order to lead them, in order to just be a just person and help Israel. And so the Lord blessed him not only with wisdom, but also with a long life and riches. And so, with that, Solomon may have felt some kind of way, especially later in life. And Solomon admits it, and because he writes about that in other books, Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, and he admits, he says, "Yeah, I did everything. I did a lot of the stuff that we weren't supposed to do," but it turned to nothing. It was nothing, and he provides us the true meaning of life, and the true meaning of worship. So, with that, bringing past to present, again, we ourselves, we can fall short too, especially in our walk with the Lord. And at those times, it's don't get into a justification of yourself. Just humble yourself and ask for forgiveness, because that's what's needed. And the Lord knows whether we're speaking truth to him or not as well. So don't feel like that you can hide it, hide that you still feel that your decision or what you wanted to do was the best way, because the Lord already knows. So it's fruitless to ask for forgiveness when you're not really asking for forgiveness. So there's a lot here, when it comes to past and present, and thinking about things and how in our lives we want to avoid those things. And I believe that seeking Lord's wisdom, having as close as walk as possible with the Lord, as anything to help us, you, myself, every one of us, will help prevent those wrong thoughts. Will help prevent the sin. Will help prevent us from doing each other wrong. And also, when we are walking, the Lord blesses us, and through us, the Lord blesses everyone else around us, and people see that and they want to know why are you so fulfilled, and then we can tell them. We can tell them the reason, as you know. And I stated this before. We can tell them the reason. Hey, it's Jesus. It's Jesus' love for us, for me, and I want to provide that back to them. So, reading over this first part, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?